interesting thing for me. It
Mm.
really is, you know.
Are we rolling? We should be rolling. Okay, just making sure. Okay. All
Oh,
right.
yay.
In three, two, one. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Yellow Couch, which is our podcast that features wonderful healers like this lovely healer we have in front of us. And we talk about their stories, their work, and how they contribute to their community. So today we're sitting here with the beautiful Maia Soluvlai, and she is an amazing sound healer, alchemist, um, just an amazing being, songstress, medicine woman. And we're so grateful to have you here at the Yellow Door on our Yellow Couch to just talk about the work that you do. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
Received and so grateful to be here. Thank you. I'm so
Yes.
grateful.
Mm-hmm. So grateful to just be in your presence
Thank
today.
you.
It's
Thank you.
been since the moment we met. It's
Yeah,
been
it
magical.
has been.
Yeah. And even in that, in meeting you that day to see you in your element,
Mm,
offering your beautiful medicine of sound healing.
yeah.
And then what really sparked just the joy within me was that your sound healing has this shamanic medicine twist to it,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm.
And so,
Yeah.
yeah. So can you tell us about that? What
Mm.
guides your medicine? Like, what is the influences behind the way that you offer sound healing? What has been the journey?
Mm. Wow. That's yummy. That's a yummy question. Oh, delicious. Like a big old plate for me to put food on. Um I I I would say that this journey started from being a young girl in the church house, and mama is like the one everybody asked to sing. My mama, God rest her soul, Daisy. She and I named my daughter Daisy too, but
Mm-hmm.
my mama Daisy would be the one that tell Daisy to sing a song. And watching her, and she sing it within me and pulling it out, wanting to, but it was really a big, big thing within me that was I was afraid of. So I will say it starts off with that story because there was something within me that was big. And then when I started to eventually step out of it, my mother thought she needed to do it in force by
Mm.
telling the pastor to make her sing or whatever. He was like, Daisy, she's going to do it in her own time. But when I began to sing and began to open up, I saw how it um, affected people, similar to what I watched and felt when my mother sang. So, fast forward outside of all the experiences I have had with singing and what have you, and playing instruments, because I do play the flute and drums and such, with opening up to that slowly but surely, and pushing myself, learning how to gently push myself and hear the call.
Mm.
I decided to concentrate more on the medicine behind it, outside of the medicine of entertainment and performance, to help people feel good. Through that part of my career, after that time when I wanted to kind of just take a beat from that, I dove more into study about sound, study on how the frequencies, resonate with the frequencies that are already humming and vibrating within our bodies and in our organs. The blood, everything is making sound,
Mm.
and as I thank God for the gift of the pause that we had, the great pause that had us all in our homes for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was able to listen in quiet time. I started to really take moments of long meditation. I called it my Buddhist monk time, or my monk time. of like just, I was like, what is it like to just meditate for an hour or extended time? So I would just be in quiet, and I started really connecting and feeling the bliss and feeling my body hum.
Mm.
So I just started acquiring things, bought my crystal bowls. I saw this huge bowl that you could stand in, Tibetan bowl, that I purchased. I started just getting things, and then I was connecting to them and feeling them out. I had the journey of being a little bit of afraid in the beginning when I was working with a teacher as I was acquiring this through my direction of spirit. I was noticing I hadn't, but with my teacher at the time, it was almost like she was like, "Give me this, let me try this," or what have you. But I know I feel I need space to be able to hear how to move.
Mm.
So I decided to stop going and taking courses and certifications so that I can just be one with spirit and get the information that I needed. And that's when things started moving.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when things
Okay.
started moving, the surrender to that.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay. Wow. That's powerful.
yeah.
That's powerful. And so did you feel like the teacher was trying like leading your journey a little bit more than you needed at the time, or
I feel like, which I don't believe she wanted to even be called a teacher. I felt
okay.
she helped me to I think through as she was figuring out her position and sharing
Mm-hmm.
and helping us in our journeys to be facilitators to healing, everybody was finding their own niche and their own, path within this healing.
Mm.
And mine was really getting into the song space. But I feel like the juxtaposition when you were asking like, was she like getting in the way or what have you? Um, I feel like there were times that I didn't know how to stand grounded and just move. So I was looking for her direction. I was like, but at the end of the day, what I ended up realizing was that there was this general instruction she was providing, and I needed to tap in to what is, it's almost like when you get a deck of oracle cards and they have in the beginning of the deck some examples of spreads or
Mm-hmm.
what have you. But I think the best ones who provide that medium of divination, they always encourage you to find your own spreads. There's even those books that sometimes we'll hold because it's like, what did they say this card meant? But at the
Mm.
end of the day, we really do have to open up to our interpretation because we're the conduit. They were a vessel to provide this, but then if you want to use this tool, open yourself up. Let the flower continue to bloom in the
Yes.
energy, of it all as you want to work with this stuff. That was a journey with myself too as a reader.
Mm.
But with this work, I feel like she was like the person who made oracle decks, in healing, and I was figuring out, putting my toe into the pool of deciding,
Okay.
wait a minute, I know, I hear what I'm supposed to do, So I feel at the end of the day, looking back in that experience, that it was a good one, even though I felt like sometimes I wanted to shrink.
Mm.
It was me noticing how I was acting then versus how I stepped in and opened up now and how all the information came through. And also what I know I need in order to hear the information. I need a little bit of quiet, even if that means I need to step away from someone who's making a little bit more noise than I can hear, or, you know, drowning out the sound that I need to hear in order to get the direction.
Mm.
And that's with all due respect, because a lot of people who might be assisting in our journey, some people that we seek out, may not even know they're doing that. So you have to listen to your truth and decide to step away or create a boundary so that you can step into what is meant for you to do on your
Ashe,
path. Yeah.
Ashe, Ashe. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Whew. Let's take a breath on that one, cause that. Oof. Okay.
Yes.
So you mentioned stepping into your truth.
Yes.
And we know that the truth is connected to our voice, our throat chakras.
Yes.
So I would love to hear more about how your work empowers, inspires the throat. What does the voice, finding your voice, because you offer vocal activations, voice lessons, singing
Yes.
lessons, all that yummy stuff. I mean, it's yeah, it's like I can't just say, oh, you just offer voice lessons
Right, right,
because it's
right.
just deeper. It's deep.
Yeah.
So, could you explain to us how singing and the work that you offer opens up space for the voice and the importance of that for us?
Yes. Thank you. Ooh, you're amazing. I love how you channel this.
Oh.
Great, questions and um, the space. Yeah. And may I add again, a lot of my journey is going into things kind of kicking and screaming, like I don't want to. But thank you, God, for my earth angels, fellow healers who heal in the whispers of go ahead and do that
Mm.
rather than on the main stage, because those folks help me to move into that space of voice lessons. Because I went to college for vocal performance. I studied um, wonderful vocal instruction and guidance, vocal coaching from Laura English Robinson at Spelman College.
Mm.
And I really had a wonderful journey there, exploring music, period. But and then Broadway gave me a wonderful 20 years of that and learning more about my voice and vocal health and all of that. It's almost a no-brainer that when people would come to me and ask, how can I, um, sing better? Am I, do you do voice lessons? And I was like, I surrendered to it. Here I am in Atlanta again, surrender to it. So when I did, the downloads really started to come. So at first I was like, I really feel open to working with those who have never had voice lessons before, who are really open to agreeing to the journey of how to develop the tools they need in order to allow their voice to ring out. And that was what I just felt called to. And then I started to expand into the thought of, and I also, because I started meeting people that were like, voice lessons. I love singing, but voice lessons. I can't. People would say that to me. I would meet people like that, and then I was like, Spirit was like, go and tell them they can. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has a voice. Tell them that.
Everybody
You
has a
know,
voice.
and it's so true. So that's how I expanded into that space of that voice activation, throat chakra activation, because whatever it sounds like to you, or it doesn't sound like what you like when you hear Aretha sing or Whitney Houston sings, but it's still yours. It is yours. When you came into this world, you were like, you know, everybody has this voice that they sent out, into the world that I am here, right? So I started to surrender to that knowledge that was coming through me, that was like empowerment through the play. I had an amazing soul say to me, I used to sing with my grandmother, and, and now she's not here. I don't do it anymore. I've had people just say stuff like that, or I used to love to sing when I was little. I had another friend say, I used to feel like someone took my voice. I had a great voice and then someone took it. Just to hear people's stories behind their voice is very interesting, because it started to help me to open more up to how can I support folks on their journey. So when I do my lessons, when I connect in vocal coaching, vocal discovery lessons, I take a beat like I'm doing any type of spiritual work, energy work. I am meditating on you. Before I even work with you, I am asking your divine higher family, your ancestors, your guides. I'm asking, how can I support? How can I support Ebony on her journey to unlock what needs to be unlocked, to get the flowing, to open up stagnation, anything. And then things will come and tell me. So then I come into the, and we'll have a conversation. And then I can understand more as you start to pour out, what has hindered you from singing? Why haven't you been singing it? What does it mean to have a good voice? What does it mean to say, I can sing? What does that mean to you? And then we can get some more information. And then we can maybe slowly decide that I can sing. And you can actually say that, for those who have that struggle. And then there might be some that might need to just, they realize they can sing, but the next thing they might need to go to the next level is, I can sing well. I have a beautiful voice.
I can sing well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a beautiful, and it's mine.
Yeah.
It's mine, and I have things to share. So
yes.
I want to help those with that. And there's also tools, diaphragmatic breathing, learning a little bit about the larynx and all that in the physiology, of our bodies, the anatomy. It's great to know about that, because I'm using things like, I need you to open up your throat and, expand down here, and those things are things that you create your toolbox, so that when you get to a place where you feel stuck or whatever, you can just check, am I opening my throat? Am I lifting the soft palate? Am I taking a deep diaphragmatic breath?
Yes.
So those tools will also just, bring you over the edge to really expand.
So for me, that was interesting. The Healers Meetup, when you said that, I felt inspired because I always felt like I could never sing.
Really?
So to hear that you want to train folks that can sing, I'm inspired.
Hey, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
it's important because we all have a voice, and
it's powerful.
It is very powerful, because at the end of the day, if we scrunch down or stop the forward motion of actualizing through being present and knowing that we have a voice, to say those words, I can sing.
Yes.
Will help us and the world be able to get your frequency more clearer. Because when you stop it and it's like, I can't sing, but you're speaking all day, you're sharing, singing is just elongated, in my definition, just elongating, I can sing. I could say it. I can sing. I can sing it in a way where I'm just elongating vibration and elongating frequency, right? So, and then if we think of even rap or when we say poetry and and it's like, in the water, how they elongate and stuff. It's just like holding that frequency a little longer and bringing that vibration, letting it, like water, it's allowing it to sustain and resonate in different, places that can resonate in our body, creating homeostasis. Those poems that are elongating, when I saw him standing there. When they're doing that, it just helps us to, you start to feel different areas in your body like vibrate.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's another thing I feel Spirit is calling me to do, is to help people listen better too. That goes along with the music and the frequency too.
You said something there. And I've been picking up on you saying that throughout this conversation, how even you finding your journey was taking time to listen, to be in stillness and listen. And so you have the floor. I want you to elaborate on that, because yes, you heard I gave a frequency for that one.
Absolutely. Because the ears are part of that area, right? And it's heart. I was helping, I facilitated throat chakra activation and heart chakra activation in a retreat in Costa Rica, an amazing retreat. And it was about, us learning more about our chakras. But in those, as I was, tapping into that awareness, that heart, your throat, ear area, all of that is, and even third eye.
Yes.
When we talk about the throat, we're talking about these areas activating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, all the chakras in alignment is delicious, of course. You know, that goes without saying. But when we concentrate on that throat, that heart is is activating as well, and the third eye too, that important eye.
Yes.
Some people say the only eye,
the first eye,
the first eye. All of that, you know, is activated in that, and the ears are there too. So the listening, you're talking about the listening. Some people who even say that they don't sing on pitch, or you notice, you know, as you're guiding that they might not be. I like to say to my students, singing in the center of the pitch. I create that circle with a little dot. Sing in the center of the pitch. If I hear them going off, I'll be like, nope, make sure you're in the center of the pitch. They correct automatically, you know? And so, and if there are students that take a little bit more time with correcting, I know it's listening. That's all it is. It's listening. So then I'll connect them to listening. I'll be like, listen. Ding, ding, ding. Listen to that. Loo, loo, loo. Yeah, there you go. It's just listening. So a lot of people who might not sing on pitch, we have to do some ear training. We have to do a little bit of training to hear the pitch, and then resonate with that sound and then create it. That's just the next. And in listening, period. Anybody on their journey, I love, and I'm starting to really discover, asking the folks that I have the pleasure of working with, what does it really mean to sing? Oh, she can sing. I've been in debates with folks on it, and I usually kind of end up stepping back and let them just talk, because I can come from so many approaches of the technical, you know, just how it feels to me, all of it. But it's just like how they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Mm-hmm. It's similar to sound in a sense of people are feeling when they hear the frequencies. They're feeling the vibration resonate in their bodies, right? And then there's also that other place where people also have learned about the notation of music. They have learned about what some group of people decided to do to be able to structure music. They created notation. They created all these different, you know, words to describe music, all of that, so that people could be able to follow sheet music and say, I'm going to learn that song and I'm going to notate it. But that is not, to me, the highest degree. You know, I have a master's in music, darling. It doesn't mean that you're any more, you know, heightened or enlightened in the place of music than some man or woman who lives in a village that's just like, ayawoye, ayawoye, and they're singing while they're, ayawoye. You're not anymore, you know, connected to what music is, because you now have created points on a graph, you know, so that others might be able to learn. Ayawoye, ayawoye. It's like, what was created first, the chicken or the egg? What was created first? Just the sound was created, not the notation. Ooh. Right. So at the end of the day, we have to honor all of how frequency comes through. And it's a beautiful thing, what you created or what you decided to do with notation. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. So that goes back to the thought of the technicalities, to be like, I like her singing because she be singing on pitch. You know, she always on pitch. But Mary J, you know, she be sometime, or, you know, some other people, Alicia Keys, people like to say, but Alicia Keys, that woman be writing some music and people get it from the depth of their soul. No one. You know, that kind of thing. And look, you might even judge me on that, what I just did, but I just was feeling the energy. That might not have even been perfect on pitch, but it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, it's the feeling that this woman was connecting to, you know? So what that we have captured her on a couple of performances where she might not have sang in the center of the pitch. But that woman has a song to sing. She had a journey to share. She now has a Broadway show. Okay. that shares about her life and her beautiful music. Because we all could sing off key sometimes, you know? And I kind of love it. Oh, there's something where Whitney Houston sang off key. If you think of one of your favorite singers, I love it because sometimes we want to make people be bigger than they even desire to be. And when I say that bigger kind of thing, it's a juxtaposition of then you are smaller, but we all are big, you know. So Whitney Houston has an amazing voice, but if I hear her sing something off, or her key is all, you know, she sings something off pitch, then I'm like, oh yeah, she's human.
She's human.
And it's okay. And the sound could bend like that. And it's okay, because that is not really rational for me to put her on this pedestal that makes it seem like she's over there and I'm over here, and I can't tap in like she can tap in. I can't. And that's my journey. That's something I had to discover for me. But I just share that because in case anybody else could be doing that, you know, for anything that you love. Any scholar, anybody that does carpentry really well, anybody who's like that super dope mechanic, but but it's okay. Some doctors, it's called a practice.
Yes.
It's called a practice. Even doctors, you know what I mean? That we might think that they know it all.
Right.
So you run to them all the time. But I have an amazing friend who is a doctor, sister friend, and she reminded me that. She was like, Maia, it's called a practice. We figuring out things too, all the time, you know. So in back in the journey of music and connection, why are you ever gonna say you can't sing? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Don't do that to yourself. I implore you to just start saying, I can sing. I have a voice.
I have a voice.
Yeah. And I sing well. I sing well. I have a song to sing. And sing more often throughout the day. Sing more often. You know, sing more often, because when you notice that you don't sing, that's when you need to be like, why am I not singing anything lately? You know, our heritage is full of it. Those men, you know, let the day go faster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, it just helps you to kind of go in the flow, and then all of a sudden it's lunchtime, then all of a sudden it's time to go home. But you created that frequency of movement to help you get through the day. You know, we sing to babies, you know, when they, you know, singing to them helps. You know, my mother used to say, and even crying, breathe through crying of babies. Anybody who got newborn babies, breathe through it, because my mother used to say this. Maia, let them cry. Let her cry. You know, let her exercise her voice. You know, my daughter has a beautiful voice. She used to say that a lot to my daughter about my daughter. She was like, let her cry, Maia. Learn how to get comfortable in her crying. Let her get comfortable there. Breathe through it. Check and make sure she's all good. But if she's cranky or whatever, let her cry. Let her cry. Let her get those lungs working. You know, let her work it out. Let her get those the vibration going in her body. Let her do it.
Ooh, that's powerful.
Isn't that powerful?
That's so powerful.
Because we always want to figure out, well, what's wrong? What should we do? Oh my gosh, oh, they crying, you know, or whatever. Let them cry. Sometimes cry with them, or yell with them. You know, they're like, you're like, yeah.
I used to do that.
You know, see, you just tapped into something.
Yeah.
Do that with them. And sometimes they might look at you like, isn't that fun? You know, and I respect parents. We get tired too, but sometimes let's allow children to understand that the sound is important.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it is a cry out. Sometimes they just need to be like, ah. Sometimes they just need to get it out.
And us as like adults as well. This is resonating on an adult level at this moment.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. So, you know, I was feeling some stiffness in my back, and I was noticing when I would bend down, I'd be like, ugh. When you bend down, ugh. Just naturally. You do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you're giving birth, they're like telling you to go, you know, you're making sounds. You know, if someone's doing something really hard, and some people, they're running, they're like, when they're running to that finish line, there's something innate that happens to get us to get it out vocally in different times in our lives. So I say, let it out. I say, open up to the frequencies of your beingness and let it out. The world needs to hear the cry, even if it is a cry of pain. Let it resonate.
Come on.
You feel me? Because then the healing will come faster to you.
Yes. Yes.
Laugh. That's another aid in throat chakra opening. Get out of the thoughts of trying to be cute and open your mouth a little bit. Open your mouth. Open. Like also stretch that area in your face. Open your eyes. Look to the side. Those kind of things. Get your face activated. You might just smile more.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Girl.
And just activate that in your daily routine. Open up your face. Open up your mouth. And open up your ears. Resonate with listening. Listen more in the quietness. Listen more. Then you can hear the frequencies. Yeah.
Woo.
So hold on, where can people get all this good stuff? Like where can they find you? How can they get in contact with you? Because I want to sign up for lessons.
You said immediately. Absolutely. I am on Instagram. I am what do they call it? The A is an at Maia.
Threads, I think it's called.
Say that again.
Threads, maybe. I think it's
threads. Oh, there are threads. I haven't done a thread yet.
Okay.
I'm on my journey. You are coming. We are connecting. Anybody who's listening and in this moment of my awakening into my expansion of sharing more on social media. I've been spending a lot of time in getting these downloads and connecting to my own journey as I am sharing with others. But I am on Instagram, Maia, Maia Soluvlai, which is Souluvlai. Maia Soluvlai.
You heard it first.
Yes.
So tell me about this tool that you have here.
Oh, I love this. This is a tuner. And it's set at the frequency of 136.1. They have ohm here. They call it the ohm frequency, ohm. And this sound is more like ohm. And so this one is my favorite that I keep with me all the time because to me, this ohm frequency is like, it is like the road opener of all meridians and spaces within me. I connect with being my unique self moving in this world, and a lot of things can derail me from my forward movement because the world can be noisy, because I'm very sensitive to a lot of sounds. The world can be, it's humming loud. And with all of that, I like to keep, and I've learned to keep tools with me to keep me centered. When a lot is going on, I use this on other people, or what else? It helps me keep centered if I'm out, which I ended up using this with someone on Sunday, a beautiful mom of twin boys whom I met. I was in a store and she ended up beautiful. And I'm calling your name out because I said it, Jewel. Jewel, if spirit brings you here, I'm calling your name out and I'm saying, you got this, because I told her I'd say that. And I mean that anytime I hear you. Think of your name, I'm saying that to you. She just was tired. And all the rest of the folks were tapping into that and helping. And I took this out and had a moment, asked. And it's about opening up any stagnant energy, because when we get tired, when we get stressed out and we're still moving, when we're not resting, sometimes we need just a little bit more to get us to where we need to go to get back to the rest space. So with her still being out and about with her boys, bless her soul, um, she was able to release that holy water coming through the tears, and folks were just sharing, and I shared, and the downloads tell me where to go. It was like open up that heart chakra area, the masculine. It needs to be in her back. She's doing, and it's from her heart, mama.
Yes.
You know, parent energy is more yang, so it's like I need to go on that masculine side in the back. That's how I'm interpreting it, but it just comes as heart and back. Like it's just very like heart back.
Yes.
You know, shoulder left. Doom doom doom. And I also with these tuners, when I work with people, I encourage, not even working with this with my vocal students or with anybody with healing work. I encourage you to tell me, oh, right here next to my knee.
That's using your voice.
Yes, that's using your voice. Thank you. That's using your voice. That's how assisting in your healing, because you are healing. I'm not healing you. I'm just raising my vibration so that you can be reminded of where you need to resonate, so that I can support that healing as you raise a vibration to heal yourself. I am here holding space and all of that for your healing. You are healing yourself. So here I am facilitating as a quote unquote healer, where really I'm just supporting your healing. Yeah, that's all we do as healers.
Yeah.
Just a shorter version of saying we just facilitate healing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Help to facilitate it. Yeah. So this tuner is something, especially this one, and I love this company. I'll say somaenergetics.com. I love them because just their tuners just seem to resonate with me. And I definitely encourage anybody who's into working with tuners to explore. You know, if someone has some, ask them if they don't mind letting you try it. You know, so that you can see which one works for you. Because I've worked with a few of them, but this company, whenever I use their tuners, I'm like, ooh, you know, I really feel it. You know, and the vibration lasts longer. You'll notice that too. Okay. And these have the bells, so that means when I use it, may I?
Yeah.
When I use it, it resonates on your body. You know, those bells help to facilitate that. Yeah. Yes. And with that, there's also tuners without these on top, and that's usually just to hear and clearing the area and the aura. Okay. That's you know what I have been connecting to. And then you can also put things on top. There's feet that you can feed. There's a foot. There's something you can put at the bottom where that helps to even expand the vibration even more. So there's so many yummy things out there to help us get this vibration flowing where there might be stagnation in our meridians, in our body, aches and pains. This helps pains go away. It does. You know, sometimes extended work helps your body to remember what the best way it should be vibrating in that space, the best, you know, place it needs to be, especially if it's been pain that's been going for a long time. So I might do it, you might not feel it for a while, maybe I work with you for a little longer, then you feel the pain ease up, then you might walk out of here and like, for me, in like 10 minutes later you might feel it again. That means that your body, you know, has memorized whatever you've been telling it. It has kept a very good score of whatever you're going through. That's why the conversation is important, the communication of sharing what's been going on in your head. What have you taken on as, you know, the spell that you've created over your body? You know, so we've got to do it all. We've got to speak it out. We've got to talk about it. We've got to do the vibration. Like, this is where you're supposed to be humming. Your body is supposed to be, you know, and then the organs are like, oh, yeah, we know that. We know that.
Okay. All right. That's where we're supposed to be. Right. Let us find our center. Like how you talked about the center. Absolutely. Wow.
And they find it. But if you leave out of here and then you're like, I don't feel like it, you know, or you're resonating with all that kind of energy, it's going to find its way back to
Back to
being dulling.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the truth. And that's why we have to own our own healing. You have to own it.
Yes.
You know, we have to own it. When you go out to these folks and you're working with healers, make sure you really understand you are walking in to heal yourself.
Yes.
So open up yourself to the vibration that the healer is preparing for you to recognize and remember. RE-member. To remember. Okay? So don't go in some place trying to be like, let me see what they can do. Because I'm telling you, it's really about, let me see what you can do. So no, you're stopping yourself. So I hope that folks can understand that, who might not understand that, have now an understanding that you are the one doing the healing.
Yes.
So support your healing as you go in to folks who are excited to help you get to that space to elevate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, see, y'all vocal coach ain't giving it to y'all like this, okay? Y'all need a Maia Soluvlai in your life, all right?
Yeah, I love you.
This is why. And so, oh my goodness, this has been juicy. This has been amazing, sis. Whew.
Thank you. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be on the yellow couch. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be at the yellow door here in Lithonia and be on the yellow couch. It's a wonderful thing, what is happening here. The vibration is amazing. I stepped into sunshine when I came in through the yellow door. And I am honored to be in this space. And I'm very grateful for what is happening here. Yes, the yellow door. Thank you.
Come
Give
on.
thanks.
I do have a question.
Yes.
A couple questions, but I'm gonna keep it short. So, say you were putting on a concert, right?
Yeah.
I want to know I need your top 3 performers. Who's gonna headline it? Who's gonna open up? And it get top 5, top 3 that are not here with us. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah,
For like an ideal concert for me, if I
put on a concert.
Okay, and I'm getting these folks here.
Yeah.
Who would they be?
You putting them together.
Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. I mean, gosh, there's so many, but I will say. Oh, I would say this concert would have. He just rang out quick. Bob Marley. He was like, you know, one love, because it's such a connection to the fabric of us coming together and vibrating together. Like, yeah. And I also, Sade, she spoke to me because Sade, and what I love about those 2 artists already, it's not about them singing, you know, all these runs and melismas and it's about the message. Oh my God, my heart is like, you know, it's about that message. Bob Marley and what he's talking about and singing about. Sade and all that delicious music, you know, there must have been an angel by my side. You know, Pearls. You know, there is a woman in Somalia. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
I sing that song with sound bowls and I just, And so Sade, Bob Marley, and who else? I heard you. Tell you know. So okay. There's so many more.
We'll do some honorable mentions.
Okay, he's so great. You do some honorable mentions, but you know, it's so funny. Okay, I'll say Aretha, because Aretha, through all that she's went through, that we've got to see in these stories that they chose to share parts of her story, what have you. This woman rings out this vibration, this frequency that is very, very honest. And if you ever hear her and see her in interviews, that beautiful Aries woman rings out truth and honesty. And she comes from just a very blunt, honest place. And I have been honored that this woman came to see The Color Purple when I was in it. And I was a part of the church ladies in that show, like kind of like a Greek chorus going around, I heard, and stuff. And she sent us each our own gorgeous bouquet of flowers and hand wrote a card to each of us.
Wow.
And I treasure that because I get from her that energy of, she don't have to do any of that.
No.
So if she decides to do anything, it comes from a heart center, and I give thanks. So I'm grateful she saw the heart in my work, and I definitely, and the world does, see the heart in Aretha. Honorable mention is Whitney Houston. I love you so much. You are who I mimicked and saw as the ultimate mentor in my singing, because I love to sing line, and and that's what I call her kind of singing, that lyrical, she just sings and just holds those notes, and they're pure and delicious, so I would say her, and I'll make a Donny Hathaway. When we call their names and we feel their frequency,
yes.
right? And he worked with frequency. He was intentional in his music and putting certain hertz in his music. Okay? Give thanks to that, right?
Yes. Thanks.
Oh my gosh. And I will say folks like the Diggable Planets. I love them and their flow and how they did, What'd you say?
Ladybug.
Ladybug. We feed the chocolates tap tomorrow. I love the way they were like, this is how we're flipping it. KRS-One.
Yeah.
I love it. And obviously I have a lot of people that I'm sharing with you that bringing out message above anything. So if there's some may have, bent here or there, it's the message that is so important, Ha!
Ooh.
Right?
That's
Ooh.
a compliment.
Okay.
Go to.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And
I was lit. Okay.
It's amazing. They're great. And there's so many artists out there. Thank you for what you give, all of you, and what you share. My sister Avery Sunshine.
Come on.
She gives so much. She's another message person. She and her husband.
It is blessing me.
Yes.
Right now. Oh, right now. Yes.
Absolutely.
We're gonna give love. We're gonna give love to Sister Avery Sunshine.
Absolutely. Avery Sunshine, thank you for your message. And your first Grammy win this year.
Ooh,
in the year of 9.
Yes.
Artist.
Yes.
Her husband Dana, Big Dane Johnson. Give thanks to folks who are stepping out of the big, corporate, big industry, and stepping out and doing it, and having those years of hard work as independent artists. Yeah, being recognized. Respect. But they were already recognized. Can we just say it like that? .com. They were already recognized. .com.
Come on.
And you are already recognized. If you recognize you, that's it. That's the most important, right?
Message.
Yes, absolutely. Give thanks.
Thank you so much, Sister, for joining us today to just share your yummy medicine on this yellow couch. And we are looking forward to just keeping up with your happenings and maybe getting you here at the yellow door.
Yes, absolutely. I'm open. I am resonating and meditating on that. I was even feeling the yellow door and all its healing deliciousness, how you had artists come through, and share. And I was like, it would be nice to sing in this space more and have an evening of, song, a moment, and because it's just such a cozy space, like an intimate moment of that message. Because that brother doing the poetry the other night was so amazing. He was resonating and vibrating through his message, deliciously so, and I love that. That's a medicine in its own right. That's why you asked about what's that ideal concert. Concerts are medicine. It is some powerful medicine happening in concerts where people are resonating in that frequency, vibrating. Yes. We're all vibrating. So yeah, I am open to that. I am definitely open to that. Yes, thank you. Give
first.
Right, you heard it. Yes. Oh, thank y'all for tuning in today to this wonderful podcast interview with the lovely Maia Soluvlai. And stay tuned for our next healer that we'll have here on the Yellow Couch. Peace and love.